In 3, 2. Hello friends, how are you? My name is Corbin Reed and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is a big day. I am finally bringing you part 1 of my office makeover. If you've been watching a lot of my videos, you will have heard me tease this about 100 times, so that's why it's a big deal. Honestly, it just took a really long time for all of the pieces to come together with all of the furniture shipping delays and also just me curating the space and picking the right pieces. I wanted to make sure I showed you when everything was done. That's just me being a perfectionist, I guess. But anyways, today's the day. Today I'll be walking you through I have a haul in here for you. I take you through the before, I take you through the plan for the room. I show you a little flash of like the lime wash process. So you get a little idea of like how the room is coming together. I take you through 2 furniture flips, a thrift flip. Well, actually both of them are thrift flips, but one is for a mirror and one is for an antique piece that I refurbished. So, and then part 2 next week will be me showing you the reveal of the room. So it'll be me styling the room, showing you how the room comes together, letting you know where everything is from, and all of that fun stuff. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please just keep on watching and be sure to join me next week for part 2. Here's the plan for this room, because I have shelves going up in my office to hold, you know, books, papers, decor, just like things that are honestly right now on the floor, which is crazy. I don't know how I thought I was gonna get through being in this office without shelves, but here we are. I also have a new round marble desk coming from CB2. There were too many rectangles in this room, and I just wanted to make it feel more, not so boxy and square, because it's a pretty small room. And then I have a new light fixture going in, chandelier that I may or may not try to install myself. And then the thing I'm the most excited about is the fact that I am about to lime wash these walls. I ordered a bunch of samples from Bauwerk, I think is how you say it. It's a British company, and I'm going to test 3 of them, and I'll take you guys with me while I do that and pick a color. All right, so in about 15 minutes, I'm getting a delivery from CB2. I'm so excited. Like as the furniture comes in, like I have a new desk coming. This is gonna move. This desk, which is a mess right now, is gonna move. And I have a round desk coming in because I wanted to bring in some shapes that everything in here was like square. CB2 desk coming in July, that's like round. So this is gonna be like a slow build. A marble desk coming in, and then this console table is gonna get moved upstairs into the living room. One part of my office makeover is I have a new office chair being delivered today. So I'll just kind of update you guys as I go. And then we'll do a big final reveal once I have the walls painted and all of the furniture that I want in here. So this is a look at the room right now, as is. TV over here. Just like, I need to find a way to hide all these wires. I have my treadmill, my rug, which is from Crate and Barrel, the Ford's line. And my little stool, my mirror, which I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna replace this mirror. And this light fixture is also going. This light fixture is from IKEA, and I have a really beautiful chandelier that I got that I'm not sure if I can install myself. I'm gonna try. But yeah, so the only thing really staying in here at this point is the treadmill, which is more of, obviously, I use it all the time. So that's gotta stay. The TV, these 2 sconces here, and that pedestal is gonna stay. And then everything else, and the rugs, I love these rugs. Everything else is gonna get switched out. So yeah, that's basically where we're at. I just wanted to update you guys really quick before I start like changing everything in here so you can see like what things looked like before. Good morning. I have this mirror here in my garage, and I got it off of Facebook Marketplace, and it's really honestly very beautiful, but it's like black and it's too, the juxtaposition of that with like my room, it's too much, like it's too overwhelming. So I am going to spray paint it. I got some spray paint. I'm gonna spray paint it this sort of like bone color. You can't really tell, but it's not white. It's like ivory, and it's a satin ivory color. I'm gonna spray paint it with this so that it just like, honestly isn't so overwhelming, and just give it a little facelift, but I'm gonna tape it off first. I got this pre-rolled, the tape, painter's tape is attached to the plastic, which is really fun. And use this to tape off the mirror so that I don't obviously get, I'm gonna spray paint it so I don't get spray paint on the mirror when I'm painting it. If you're anything like me, ripping off the tape is the best and most satisfying part of any painting project. I really love the way this came out. It's just gonna blend in with my decor more in my office and bring a lighter, brighter feel for such a large piece. My office is currently in a state of disarray. Just like ordered a little haul from McGee & Co. because they had a big Memorial Day sale. I think by the time this goes up, a lot of the stuff probably won't be available, but if some of it is, I'll still try and link it down below. Or again, I'll always try and link similar things because I have shelves going up in my office to hold, you know, books, papers, decor, just like things that are honestly right now on the floor, which is crazy. I don't know how I thought I was gonna get through being in this office without shelves, but here we are. Right now, we're just gonna do a little haul so you can see what I got for the shelves in my office. This thing from McGee & Co. Oh, interesting. Okay, I got these storage tins. The shelves are only 12 inches maybe deep and 24 inches wide. I wanted to get tins that were like thin enough to hide my junk and sit on the shelves. So these were advertised as like brass tins. So I got one of these, which I actually think is a good size for like mail. Like putting like an envelopes in here or papers in here will actually be perfect so that I don't have to put them on my desk. Oh, did I get two the same size? Oh no, this one's even bigger. Oh wow, these are super different than I imagined. Okay, so this one's just the same size, but just like a little bit longer, but it's like thin as well. These are probably like 6 inches thin, but the idea is that they stack on top of each other and look really pretty, like sitting on a shelf like that. And so I can hide my papers and my junk in here, which I'm very excited about. I didn't get a ton. I just got a few things. The next thing I got is this iron compote bowl, I think they're calling it. And I just thought, like, it's a footed bowl, it's iron. I'm trying to add, like, my textures are, I also got this lamp from Target, which I can link down below because I believe that this is, hopefully it'll still be available when I'm putting this up, but this is from this Studio McGee Target line, and I kept seeing it and I was like, you know what? I was like, I don't need it, I don't have anywhere to put it, but it's dimmable and it's really good in my office just as like, for like the reading chair. This is just an iron bowl. I'm gonna put God knows what in here, but I thought it was cute just for styling. Maybe put it on a stack of books, maybe put some moss in here, maybe put some succulents in here because succulents do really well with, like, you know, they don't need a ton of attention. But yeah, just a footed bowl for styling on the shelves. I think that'll be really a nice feature to add. Again, I'm using brass and iron and woods, aged woods and marble, and that's kind of my texture palette for these shelves. The last thing I got is this little sculptural head, which I thought would be really cute to put, again, just like, I have so many coffee table books, like just stack a few up and put, stack it up and put, I like it, put it on top of some books. But this is the, but it's just a face. I thought it was like a cool little feature. I like that they put these felt pieces on the bottom, but on a stack of books, I think it's gonna look really, really nice. And then the absolute last thing I got, which is just another small little tiling piece. It's this French tassel, and it's just ivory. And honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna use this in my office. I might use this in the living room and put it on one of the bookshelves, but it's got just some really cute detail on it. You know, I just think on a stack of books, again, it's a nice little fun detail. Hang off of a door or for like a doorknob, or I have some vintage books right here. I'll just show you, like, lay it on a book like that. A bigger book than this, but a stack of books. It's just a cute finisher. That's everything I got in this McGee & Co. haul. You will see these things eventually styled on my shelf. Okay, so I'm starting a new project in my office. The current state of my office is a mess, but this is the light fixture I have in my office right now, and I'm over it. It's from IKEA, it's cheap looking, and my office is a mess, so I'm not going to show you too much, but it's a blank slate, and I have this really gorgeous chandelier, which I'm going to install. I'll insert a picture of it here, and that's what I'm about to put in right now. So I've shut all the power off, and I'm going to try and put this thing together. So this process was actually pretty easy. I just watched a bunch of videos on how to hang lighting fixtures, but obviously turning the power off is super important. And also, I think I was less afraid to do it because the wiring in my house is brand new. This is built in 2020, so the wiring is new. I wasn't worried about, like, you know, old wires getting shocked and all of that stuff. So, or having power running when I thought it wasn't running. This was really the hardest part, was getting this wire wrapped into the base of the chandelier. They gave me so much wire. It really took a very long time to get it to lay perfectly flat. What I did end up doing was using electrical tape to get it to lay flat and stay in place so that I could get it into the ceiling, flush against the ceiling. So if you have that same issue, I recommend electrical tape to deal with the extra wire. Was adding these really beautiful, I guess you could call them milk glass shades. but they are glass and they just sit up top there. And I like that they were glass and not an actual like cloth fabric lampshade cover. They just won't get as dusty, and the way that the light shines through them is really, really beautiful. And because they wrap all the way around, you don't have that downward light that you would have if it was just a lampshade. Like the light that's being cast downward is diffused. I do believe they still sell this on Wayfair, so I'll be sure to link it below. Okay, moment of truth. I'm going to go turn the power on to see if she works. Let's see. The lights are going on in 3, 2. It works, guys. I did it. I installed my first chandelier. Just call me Bob the Builder. Oh my god, it's so bright though. Like this is like serious lighting. This is the kind of light you need when you really need to see. Wow. So I did document this in an earlier video. I go in depth on how to lime wash, like my trial and error. This is my first time ever using lime wash paint. I would say that if you are going to lime wash, you should definitely watch some tutorials like mine or other ones you can find on YouTube for tips and tricks, but it's pretty easy to get the hang of, and it has massive impact for how easy it is with texture and color and all of that. The tutorial is linked above, so click that if you would like to know more about this process. Tape is basically off. I'll show you what it looks like. Tape is basically off, paint is basically dry. So here is the tour of what it looks like. This is the room with the lime wash. I am about to put together some shelves and do some other things to get the room together, but this is the finished product. So this color is called Ibiza by Bauwerk. So interesting story here. I really wanted an apothecary cabinet, and they're very hard to find. I was inspired by a massive apothecary piece I saw by Amber Interiors. I'll insert the photo here, but I found this on Facebook Marketplace, and it was covered in this green salt crystal paint that apparently wards off like evil spirits. The woman I bought it from originally was a witch. So he used to keep his like medicines and natural medicines and things that I guess he used for his witchcraft in here, which, you know, maybe would scare some people off, but I was like, it's fine. So I just went through the process of taking off the citrus strip. I'm taking off the paint with citrus strip. It was pretty easy, I would say. I did let it sit overnight. I covered it in this saran wrap so that it didn't dry out, and then I just went over with like a putty knife and tried scraping it off. I actually think I did this process twice because the salt reacted really weird to the citrus strip and it got extra gooey, and yeah, that was difficult. So it did take quite a bit of stripping, and oddly enough, I actually was like getting really itchy when I was doing this process. I don't know, maybe it was like the spirits coming out of the dresser. I don't know, maybe it's haunted, but it's been fine so far. So I let it dry and came back basically like the next day. I was able to get all of the green off of the drawers with just the citrus strip, and then I came in with a sanding round. I forget what this is called, but it's just my hand sander by DeWalt, and I sanded the rest of the paint off. And once I started sanding, it came off pretty easy, and because it's really solid wood, it was totally fine to sand the rest of the paint and get down to the original grain, which is this really beautiful dark, like medium dark to medium toned wood, which is what I wanted, just a natural looking apothecary cabinet for me to keep all of my little trinkets in so they're not cluttering up my office. And the last thing I did was I went in with a dark stain by Wax. I believe this is called Special Walnut. I can't remember, but Wax is sort of the best stain in my opinion for wood. It did take like several days to dry, and I was kind of worried because it was coming off when I touched it, but I would say after like a week maybe it was fully dry. And then I just sort of went over it with like a conditioning wax. It is not sealed, which may have been a mistake, but it looks great in the end. And again, I just was inspired by pieces I had seen that were antique apothecary cabinets that I've seen designers like Amber Interiors used, and I just wanted to make it look as authentic as possible, so putting the dark wax on helped me to do that. And then I decided to give it one last clean. It needed a lot of cleaning when I got it. It had like spiders in it and stuff, but I gave it one last clean before I like bleach on the inside before I brought it in, put all the drawers in. And this is basically how it turned out. It's so beautiful. It's so useful. I also added silicone to the bottoms of the drawers just because it's old and it needed help like sliding in and out. So that's a hack you can use. I love the moody vibes, and this thing definitely has a great story that adds so much character and charm to my office. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to return next week for part 2 of the Office Makeover Reveal, where I reveal the room to you and I walk you through the room coming together and I style the space and just talk about all the design choices and all of that, and of course leave you as many links as I possibly can, as usual. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I post every week. And also like and comment. I love hearing from you guys and the liking. If you liked this video, like it. It really helps my channel grow, which I'm trying to do right now. If you're not already following me over on Instagram, please be sure to follow me over at storydesign_ with Corbin Reed. I post a lot of daily inspo over there, and when I'm doing projects, I give you like minute-to-minute updates. So it's just more behind the scenes there. Also my Amazon storefront, anything I have linked here that's from Amazon, I will always link there. And some of the dupes too, like I'll link there. Just everything's more organized over there. So that is linked below as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Watch this next video. Don't leave yet. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.